here. So let's move this finger, this other finger into position. Let's go ahead and duplicate it so we can use this finger for the thumb as well. And let's go ahead and just scale this down slightly. We don't want two fingers the exact same length. That looks good. Select these vertices. Now what we can do is do the same thing we did for those faces. Just delete these out. And faces. And delete those faces at the end of the finger. And shift select the hand and the finger, combine. Again, select this ring on both of them by double clicking one of the edges. Just go to Edit Mesh and Bridge. So now we got our two fingers connected to the hand. If you want, let's just move this out. Just to try to get a knuckle in there. That one out as well. Maybe move it up. So maybe we can insert an edge loop right about there on both fingers. Now we can just get this knuckle in there a little bit better. Move it up, move that one up as well. See, not too much detail into this hand here. Just a basic hand with only 3 fingers. So now what we can do is try to get this thumb in here. One way we can do that, let's see here. Let's go ahead and select these faces. Delete all the faces around up to that ring right there. Delete them out. We can just scale this in, scale it down. Let's see, where are we going to want to connect these up to? I think, let's see. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move this out. Move that out as well. See how that looks once we smooth it out. Alright, let's go ahead and put this out and rotate it slightly. Move it into position here. Let's see. Alright, so we got 8 faces here. Let's go ahead and move this whole line here in slightly so it can connect up nicely. Maybe scale this thumb out slightly, maybe in. So that looks good. We can just rotate it down. Get like the natural shape of the thumb just resting there. Maybe rotate it a little bit. Scale it up. So let's scale it down. Let's go ahead and delete these faces here. It's 4 faces. And shift select these 2 objects, combine them. Select this ring here. Select that ring. Just edit mesh and bridge it. See, we got some twisting in there, but we can fix that. One way we can do that. Let's see here. It's twisting pretty bad right there. Just push it out. Let's actually just undo that. I think just keep undoing right there just before you combine them. It's actually just select this whole ring here, the vertices. Move that up. And move this one. Make sure you just got that one ring selected. Move that into right about there. So it won't have such a far stretch to stretch it out. You can connect it to this thumb. You can rotate this thumb out right about there. I had a little bit too much twisting in there because this edge right here and this one was too far. So that might be a little bit better. Just move it out. Again, just shift select, combine, select this ring, select that one, and just edit mesh and bridge that. You can see it's a lot smoother. It's not twisting. So now we got the thumb, the fingers in there. Last thing we're going to want to do is connect it to the wrist, but first let's just go ahead and shape some of this stuff here. Go ahead and press 3 on your keyboard. You can move that out as well. Make sure you got everything the way you want it. Let's move this up to get the knuckle in there a little bit better. Same as over here. So that looks good. Last thing we're going to want to do is just connect it to the wrist there. Let's go to center pivot. Just move it out slightly. See if it's the size we want. We're going to want to scale that down a little bit. It's just a little bit too big for the body. And then we can just go ahead and scale these vertices up slightly. Maybe scale these down at the end of the wrist, just so it'll connect up a little bit better. Just move it in there. Just move this point up. Make sure you got it the way you want it, and go ahead and combine these objects. Lots of combining and just bridging it over when we're making the hand here. Just go to edit mesh and just bridge that over. See, it made a nice bridge. Some clean geometry there. You can see we got the hand, pretty long hand there, but it's an alien looking guy, so that should be good. Big long fingers, big thumb. Just going to wrap it up for this tutorial. Next we'll just go ahead and get the leg in there, and after that the foot. And before we go, one thing I noticed, we should be doing this just half of the body here so that we can mirror it over. But before we go any further with this, something I forgot to do that we should have done before we started making the arm and the hand is just delete these faces again. Right in the middle, make sure you got the right one selected. And just delete those out. Just go in here, make sure you didn't delete any unnecessary ones. So that looks good. That's going to wrap it up for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.